Hello Thomas, thanks for your time.
Hi.
Welcome back after a little break.
Yes, thanks.
Team news then after everyone's been away with their international teams.
Team news, Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ben Chilwell will miss the game tomorrow. Callum still feels his Achilles a little bit and has some lower back problems. Everybody else was in training, and it's always a challenge to come back after these breaks, because everybody was all around the world and everybody has different experiences. Some of them very successful, some of them not. Some of them played a lot, some have jet lag and so on. So it's always a challenge. You're never 100% sure where you are, and we try to regroup, regather and restart tomorrow.
Reece James raring to go?
Ready to go, yeah. Reece is in the squad for tomorrow.
Cesar Azpilicueta, your captain, fortuitously got another year on his contract.
Yeah.
Did you know that was going to happen, and how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I knew it's going to happen because I knew the amount of games when it's going to happen, and he was so close. Oh, it's a good thing. We were aware of it, and it's good news for us.
It makes it more likely, perhaps, that he will stay.
Yeah,
in the summer.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a contract, and he's our captain, so it's a very high probability that he will stay.
Tony, though, Rudiger, his brother and agent, has been meeting with the hierarchy of Barcelona. Does that worry you?
If it's true, I mean, yeah, of course. I would try to meet him if I was in any other club, because and still he's our player, and I still think that we have a good chance that he stays our player once things are solved for us. But the situation is the situation that we are like in the moment. Our hands are tied. We cannot speak to him. We cannot offer him. We cannot renegotiate and negotiate with him and his agent. So, yeah, fair enough that he listens, if it's true, that he listens to other offers. That's the way things go, but I'm still confident.
You mentioned there the situation.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask you again.
Yeah.
But have you had any updates? It's now down to a short list of 4, it seems, potential owners. Do you have
I have the same.
And are you, because we understand they've got...
I actually am not sure if I could even tell you the names like of the consortiums and the new bidders, but that's also my information that it's down to 4, and in the next weeks there should be like further talks and negotiations.
Just on that, we understand that they've got a chance to meet you, for example. Have you got a date for that yet?
I'm not. No, absolutely not. I'm not sure if they want to, and I'm not sure if I should. Not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea or whatever. Maybe it's best to be involved, if I'm involved, as late as possible.
Just finally from me, and I know you don't really care, you prefer winning things as a team, but you've won every single game in every competition in March.
Yeah.
Dealt with all the stuff that's going on off the pitch. Everyone says really well. Mikel Arteta, not involved in the FA Cup, not involved in the Champions League, lost one of his games in the Premier League, and yet he's manager of the month. Do you find that a bit odd?
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't worry. We can leave it like this. We win all the matches, and I don't get the reward. I cannot be happier.
Thanks, Gary. John Southall.
Hi Thomas, since we last spoke, the government have changed the club's licence so your fans can now watch in the Champions League and the FA Cup, which is good. Tomorrow, only your season ticket holders can be at the game. What do you make of that?
Well, we had the situation before, no, in the league.
But they haven't changed that. Should they change that, do you think?
Well, from perspective, from solely team perspective and our sportive perspective, it would be perfect to have all our spectators in the stadium to support us. We are happy that things changed and we can have spectators in the FA Cup final and of course in Champions League. And for tomorrow, everybody needs to step up and everybody is in charge and is responsibility to create a good atmosphere, because we need our spectators, and if we are a little bit less, they need to compensate for the ones missing.
Yeah, you mentioned about players coming back this week, and some have had different experiences.
Yeah.
So how's Jorginho? It must have been a pretty difficult time for him. How's he been since he returned?
Good as always. I have to say, I mean, to be very honest, I did not speak a lot with him about that, because I mean, what could I say to make his pain go away? Nothing. And if I'm the 200th person to tell him, hey, come on, put your head up high. So it's I think, like always, that the players, and it's our job more to create an environment and an atmosphere where the players feel welcome, feel safe, no matter what happens outside. And of course, this happens in sport, and it feels horrible for him personally and for him and his teammates. But here is a safe place for him, and this is how I felt him. He was very, very strong in training, I have to say. Very good response. He came in one day earlier than he needed to be. He wanted. That's why I had the feeling he loved to be back and be in this environment, because it's a positive environment.
You spoke briefly about the ownership. How difficult is it to plan for next season when you don't know who the owners are going to be?
It's impossible in the moment.
How much money you might have?
Yeah. So.
How much of a disadvantage are you at against, cities and United?
I don't know. It's hard to guess how much of a disadvantage, but it's impossible though. That's why we don't do it. I mean, we focus on what we have right now, and we focus on our next matches. So maybe it's also an advantage in it. We cannot get distracted, and we deal with the disadvantage later when hopefully things are clear.
And just a final one, you talked about players coming back. So the likes of Thiago Silva,
Yeah.
Christian Pulisic have had long trips. Are they ready to start tomorrow, or do you look to Real Madrid for players like that?
Thiago is a bit different than Christian, I have to say. Thiago did not play the third match with Brazil, came back one day earlier, had not the same jet lag than Christian. So Thiago was here yesterday and trained today and feels very good, so he's available for tomorrow. And for Christian, we need to decide. He did not train today. We decided to give him another recovery session today, so he did not train with the team. He was here, but he feels very, very tired because of the huge time difference, jet lag, and he played, a day ago or like 1.5 days ago, in like 85 minutes. So he played all 3 matches for the US. Yeah, we need to figure out if that makes sense, and if it makes sense, for how many minutes it makes sense tomorrow.
James, talk sport.
Hi Thomas, you suggested that there's a real possibility that Cesar stays next season.
Of course.
How much of a boost is that amid a real period of instability for the club?
Yeah, well, I knew it all the time that this is very likely to happen, because he's a regular starter for us, and I knew the amount of games we needed to make him stay and to make his contract continue or extend. So that's why I'm very happy, how much I rely on him and how much of an impact he has in this group and in this club. So it's very good news for us.
Yesterday it was confirmed that clubs will get an opportunity to use 5 substitutes next season moving forward.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the correct decision?
Oh, it's a brilliant decision. And I mean, we were the only league who did not do it in Europe. So it's an excellent decision. And I dare to say it's an excellent decision for everybody, because I was long enough also coach of underdog teams, and I would have loved to have 5 substitutes to make more players play, to maybe increase the intensity or keep the intensity level against stronger teams if you are like an underdog team. So, and for us, in the amount of games we play until now, and the amount of competitions we play, the amount of competitions the players play when they go now to international duties, they go again in summer for Nations League. It's absolutely necessary to protect the players, to protect the quality, and to use the full potential of also tactical influences in the game. So a very, very good decision.
Last one, James.
Finally from me, Thomas, there are some reports in Italy that Romelu is unhappy at the moment, and there's some suggestions that he could potentially move back to Inter Milan in the summer. Have you had a chance to have any conversations with him during the international break? Because he's been here, and do you see that as a possibility of leaving in the summer?
We don't reflect on it. I mean, the situation in the moment is that we cannot talk to players, and we cannot sell and cannot buy. So it's in this moment is we don't even need to think about it, because these are the players that we have, and Romelu plays still a big part, not in our plans, not the part maybe that he wants to play, and I totally understand it. But he used his time also to deconnect a little bit. He had 1 week of a holiday, and then he was back with us. I feel him very motivated. I feel him very strong in training, very much involved when we do the games. He is a winner, and he will stay a winner, and he will stay important for us. He had a good match in Middlesbrough, which was a huge boost for all of us and for him personally. And there is, in the moment, there is no space for bad mood, and there is no space for disappointment. There is simply not. I checked the schedule last week, and I knew that this is the schedule, but once you have it in front of you, you see what's coming, and there are a lot of matches coming in the decisive weeks of the season. And that's why there's no space now for second thoughts. There's no space for being distracted or disappointed. We have to focus, and we need everybody, every single player, and of course Romelu.
Okay, last two to finish, Vaishali and then Nizar.
Hi Thomas.
Hi.
A West London derby next with Chelsea against Brentford.
Yeah.
The reverse fixture was a tough win for Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Based on what you saw from Brentford in that match, are you surprised that since then they have struggled for consistency?
Well, but it's maybe also normal. Play as a newcomer in the toughest league in the world. I think they expected to maybe not fly through the season like they started. When we played them in the first match, it was one of the worst moments to play them, because they were absolutely flying. They were full of positivity and full of belief, and we made a very good match and struggled in the last 18 minutes like crazy. And we needed to defend and needed a lot of luck to escape with 3 points. Then we had another match against them again in Brentford in the Carabao Cup it was, and we played very, very well and learned from our first match, and that's the challenge for tomorrow. They played for a long period of the season in a back 5-3-2. Now they changed in the last matches to a 4-3-3. So let's see what they will do tomorrow. They're still a very physical team. They are still a very direct team. They're still a team who rely heavily on set pieces. So we know about it, and we need to be ready. We expect a tough one again.
And of course now they have Christian Eriksen in their team.
Yeah.
What have you made of his journey back from the cardiac arrest that he suffered last summer?
Well, I was not particularly, of course, following every little step, but I'm aware of the story, and it's brilliant that he's back, and it's brilliant that he's back in Premier League and has the chance to enjoy football on this kind of level. It's perfect news, and it's a wonderful story.
Last question in the broadcast, Nizar.
Hi Thomas. John Laporta, the Barcelona president, was talking, and he said that they've signed 2 players. One's a midfielder, one's a defender. Most people believe the defender is Andreas Christensen. I wonder if you have any clarity on that, or if it bothers you at all that they're talking them like this.
We heard the rumors, and we heard the same rumors.
Yeah.
I have no confirmation for you, as I did not speak to Andreas about it at the moment. But we heard the same rumors, so. Or maybe it's
Okay.
like this.
We'll leave it there.